If you live anywhere in Scotland, you can't help noticing the number of Scottish flags that are on display at the moment. The reason is, of course, that Scotland are currently playing in the Football World Cup, the first time that they have done so for 36 years. So, in support of the team, many houses are displaying the saltire or the Lion Rampant. The saltire or St Andrew's Cross is a simple but very distinctive flag, recognised all over the world. It's a white diagonal, that is, X-shaped cross on a blue background. Saltire comes from an old French word for an X-shaped cross. It is thought to have been the flag of Scotland since 1832. It is also thought that St Andrew, for whom the cross is named, converted Scotland to Christianity, although that is open to debate. In 1385, during a war against the English, Scottish Parliament decreed that every Scottish and French soldier shall have a sign before and behind, namely a white St Andrew's cross. St Andrew, or just Andrew in the Bible, was one of the disciples, that is, one of the followers of Jesus. We don't read much about him in the Bible. He was a fisherman and the brother of Peter, who was much more prominent. But while he may not have been as outspoken as Peter, his brother, he was a faithful follower of Jesus. But why an X-shaped cross? It's a very common symbol. An X can denote a mistake on a test or in homework. I should know, unfortunately, I used to be a teacher. It can also denote the selected candidate on a ballot. It can be a signature for someone unable to write their name. It can be the location of buried treasure, or maybe a kiss in a birthday card or in a text message. But in the case of the Scottish flag, the X denotes something less mundane. It represents two pieces of wood crossed together, on which it is thought Andrew was put to death. The cross, in this case, is an instrument of execution. While we do not know for sure if Andrew was crucified, we do know that Jesus, who he followed, was not on an X-shaped cross, but on a better-known upright cross. John tells us in his Gospel, and he, bearing his cross, went out to a place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him. The cross was the ultimate reason that Jesus came into this world. Paul in the Bible writes of him, and coming in the likeness of men, and being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross. Paul also gives a wonderful illustration of why he did this. He describes all of our faults, failures, disobedience, and sins against God as the handwriting of requirements that was against us. The picture is this. Imagine somebody was to write on a piece of paper every time you were greedy, selfish, hated, lied, or in any way disobeyed the righteous standards of God, your creator. I would not want to see the long sheet of paper with my sins written on it. But, says Paul of Jesus, he has made us alive together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses, having wiped out the handwriting requirements that was against us, which was contrary to us, and he has taken it out of the way, having nailed it to the cross. When he was on that cross, he was dying for the sins of this world, for my sins, for your sins. He has made peace through the blood of his cross. It only remains for you to admit your sins, your faults, your failures before God, and come to that cross, come to Jesus and ask for his forgiveness. Because he has paid the price, the penalty on the cross, he is able and willing to forgive you your sins. So the next time you see the saltire, yes, celebrate Scotland being in the World Cup, but more importantly, remember the one who died for the sins of the world on a cross.